Science lovers, welcome back. Today we are making one of my favorite projects, fully functional lungs. FlemDog Science with me, Caleb Fleming. Subscribe, like, comment, and hit that bell. First thing we need, a Gatorade bottle or some other plastic bottle. Let's take the wrapper off. Next, let's use the lid. I'm going to use my scissors to put a little hole in the lid. The hole is going to be for our trachea, which is our straw. So don't make the hole too much bigger than your straw. That's a nice trachea. If you have a drill, you can use that too. Try not to impale yourself. It's easy for the scissors to slip and then stab yourself. Don't do that. There's my little trachea opening. Test your straw. Fits, perfect. Now we're gonna take off the bottom section. Now you got a cool little frisbee or petri dish or goggle. I'm gonna clean up the bottom just a little so it doesn't tear my balloon. Now I'm gonna take my trachea straw. I'm gonna get one more straw. I'll use a red one here, and I'm gonna cut it in half. These two now I'm gonna squish together, and I'm gonna put them in my trachea straw right here, and these are gonna be my bronchi. And to secure this little junction, you can either put a little tape, or I'm gonna try putting a little hot glue. While the hot glue warms up, you can choose your balloons. I have two red balloons here. Red balloons. And for my diaphragm, I'll do blue. Let's check our hot glue. Right now it's cold glue. It's about as useful as a piece of plastic in the shape of a glue stick. Warning, tip is hot. Wrong. Warning, tip is slightly warm. Otherwise, the glue would come out. Yes! The tip is hot. You should use every excuse you can to hot glue things. It's so fun. There it is. Oh yeah, that's gonna work great. Let's put the balloons on. And since we got the hot glue out, I was gonna do it with tape, but let's just do it with the hot glue. We're gonna put our lungs on. We have two lungs. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little glue on the inside right here because I want it to be a really snug fit. I'll actually put a little glue all the way around the perimeter. If you try hot gluing this and figure out a good way, let me know in those comments. Yeah, I think that'll work good. I've never done it like this. Normally I just use tape, but hot glue is so fun. It's like craft time. Craft time is always a fun time. Let's get the other one on here. Okay, right there, got my lungs. And I got the hot glue more than anticipated. Win-win. Let the hot glue dry before you do anything else. Let's give it a little check here. They're gonna work great. So put our lungs in here. Cool. And now we need to put our diaphragm on. First, I'm gonna try a regular medium balloon. And if this guy doesn't work, I got some big balloons we can try to use as our diaphragm. And as a free bonus, you have a flatulence maker. Change your drawers. Oh, it's close. Okay, I'm gonna get the big balloon. The little balloon is close, but I'm gonna just try the big one. Punch balloons. Okay, we'll take off a little piece of the neck here. That's a nice diaphragm. We have the diaphragm on now. Let's try it out. Watch what happens. Yes. Yeah, look at that. They fill up with air and we're not even blowing air into the top. Why do you think that is? Watch. Do you hear the air at the top with the straw? Listen to that. You hear it suck in that air? What do you think your rib cage does and your diaphragm does when your lungs inflate? Watch. When your lungs inflate, what do you think your ribs and diaphragm do? Your ribs and diaphragm, your ribs go, the volume in your lung cavity increases. The diaphragm goes down. We have more volume. What does that do to the pressure in the lungs? It decreases the pressure around the lungs. And so where does air want to go? Rushes right in the top of the straw right there. It rushes in your mouth, it rushes in your nose, and that air comes down into your lungs, filling that low pressure area. Why did the pressure get low? Volume increased, pressure decreased. Where does air go? Into your trachea, into your lungs. What happens when we decrease the volume? You decrease the volume, ribs contract, diaphragm goes up, pressure goes up. What happens when pressure is higher? Air flows. See if we can watch that again. Right out the top. So the air goes right out the top when we increase that pressure in the lungs. Those are really nifty. I hope you make these. This is probably one of my favorite things to make with our anatomy crew. This is a little different than how I was taught how to make them, but I like this modification a bit. So get yourself one of these big punching balloons, old Gatorade bottle, couple straws, little hot glue, and make yourself some fully functional lungs. And hopefully you can just nerd out like I did and show all of your friends and family, and don't let any of them throw it away or think that it's less cool than it actually is. If you haven't yet, consider subscribing and we'll come back and do some more experiments soon.